Hello, welcome back to EQ Markets YouTube channel. This is the weekly market outlook where we share deep market insights on what is going to happen for the week, and more so we look at our favorite pairs and their possible directions for the week, how the news of the week is also going to affect our favorite pairs, and more so if we find good opportunity and trade setups, we take them and maximize them fully. My name is 𝗦𝗛𝗔𝗥𝗓𝗘. I'm the head market analyst and also head of education for EQ Markets Global. And welcome back to this YouTube page. So let's quickly dive into what we have for today. Okay. So for this week, we have some pretty handful of news that we're expecting to show up for the week, right? So first, today being Monday, we are considering a whole lot of bank holidays, both in China, bank holidays in Swiss, bank holiday in Great Britain, in Europe, and as well. Okay, yeah, that's it. That's it, actually, basically. So today we're expecting all these bank holidays, both in Europe, Great Britain, Switzerland, and also China. All right. So today is more or less handful of bank holidays. And of course, by 3 p.m. today, being Monday, we're going to be expecting the ISM manufacturing PMI, right, coming out for the USD, right? And of course, we know exactly what is happening. Of course, Jerome Powell and his team are fighting really hard, to fight inflation in the US and to see how the US economy can be stabilized. In fact, as a matter of fact, as regards that of inflation, we will probably be seeing some fund rates review and almost about a 25 basis interest rate hike in the US economy. We'll come to that as well. Okay, so of course, the manufacturing PMI as well is going to be one data that we need to be looking out for this week. All right. So on Tuesday, of course, we're going to be having some cash rates policy and statement for the HOSI, but apparently it's tentative because, of course, we don't know how many basis points that these interest rates will be hiked. Okay, we don't know how many basis points is going to be hiked. Will it be left at 3.6%? We would know by Tuesday, 5:30 a.m. And then, of course, we are having job opening and labor turnover, right? By 3 p.m. still on Tuesday, job opening and labor turnover. Now, this is also another very significant news. You know why? Because this is the news that comes before the FOMC. We need to know how many job openings are available, okay, for people to maximize. All right. So apparently last month we had about 9.93 million job openings. All right. This month we're looking at 9.74 million job openings that are in the US. This is excluding of companies that are in the agricultural sector. Okay. This is including every sector or company that is not agricultural related, right? And that's huge actually. But then if we have some sort of data that comes out by 3 p.m. that is greater than 9.74 million, then it simply means that that will be good for the United States economy, and the dollar will of course wax stronger. Okay, so let's put that news also in mind. All right, and then of course we're going to be having 11:45 p.m. Nigerian time. We're going to be having the employment change and also unemployment rates for the Kiwi. All right. And significantly on Wednesday, the Japan economy will be starting some form of public holiday. Right. There are about three things that they'll be celebrating. One of them is the Children's Day. The other one is Greener's Day. And I think the other one I've forgotten. All right. So let's actually look out for this. All right. All starting from Wednesday till like Friday, when we'll be having NFP, the Japanese economy will be experiencing some form of bank holidays. But let's come back here. On Wednesday, we'll be having the FOMC statement, which is the 25 basis points interest rate hike I was telling you about, from 5% to about 5.25%. Okay. And of course, this is going to tell significantly on the United States dollar. Okay. We would be knowing if the dollar will be rising, okay, if the dollar is going to work stronger, as against the NFP we will be expecting on Friday, or if the dollar is not going to be waxing stronger. All right, but don't I know a lot of times traders would be like, of course, because there is interest rate hike, it simply means that the particular currency involved will be strong. Of course not. All right, there are a whole lot of factors that we need to also look at. All right, so yes, there might be interest rate hike, but it is negatively received, and of course the dollar might also sink deep. Okay, it might just go rock bottoms and stuff like that. All right, so let's also watch out for the data and see how market will react to this interest rate hike. And then on Thursday, of course, we will be having some interest rate hike as well, 25 basis points for the euro, and that will be happening by 1:15 p.m. Nigerian time. All right, so it's called the main refinancing rate. Okay, all right. So for the dollar in the US economy, they call it federal funds rate. In Europe, it is called the main refinancing rate. Okay, and then of course we'll be having unemployment claims coming out from the US by 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Okay, about 240,000 people claiming they don't have jobs or they are unemployed. Right, so let's also look out for that data. Then 1:45 p.m., of course, we will be having the European Central Bank have a press conference. We don't know much details about this press conference yet, but we know definitely that since the ECB is the main body that majorly talks about um, or decides, okay, on interest rate hikes and things that have high volatile impact on the euro. Of course, we will be expecting that their press conference also is going to cause some level of volatility. And then, hooray! On Friday, we'll be having trade NFP with 𝗦𝗛𝗔𝗥𝗘, okay? Trade NFP with 𝗦𝗛𝗔𝗥𝗘, all right? In the last 4 months, it has been super awesome. Super, super, super awesome, all right? We made profits in the last 4 times we've traded NFP. Okay, so this week as well, all right, this Friday, do well to join me by trading NFP with me. I'll be super glad to have every one of you. Let's do this again. Fund your accounts if you can. Fund a separate account. What I would advise: fund a separate account. Let's say $1,000, $500, and let's flip that account. Why I'm saying fund it separately in another MT4 is because trading NFP, we would want to flip accounts. We want to make like 50, 100% on just one trade. Okay, and so far so good. Trading NFP with you guys the last 4 times had been super awesome. We took profits. Last month was pretty slow because of course we had loads of bank holidays, and of course almost all the nations were observing the Easter break and the Easter holiday, and that really affected our NFP results. But this week, Friday, trust me, it's going to be something else. Okay, so fund your accounts $500. Let's make it 1,000. Fund your accounts $1,000. Let's make it 2,000. All right. So these are all the news that we will be expecting this week. All right. These are all the news that we will be expecting for this week. So let's quickly run into other things that we have for this week. Let's quickly look at the dollar index. Okay. All right, so sorry about that. So let's quickly look at the dollar index. So on the weekly time frame, right? Last week I told you that the dollar is trading on a very significant level, okay, which is around the 101.718 to 102, okay? That level is very key and very significant. And of course, we still see the dollar trading around that level. All right, so it's currently trading on the um, dynamic support and as well on an horizontal support. So this area marked blue color was drawn from not just here, but as way back as 10, 15 years ago. And then of course we have our moving average with period 100 acting as a dynamic support. And we can see how nicely this is acting out on this level. All right, merely looking at these as well, we can say that this is forming more like a doubly shaped pattern, right? So this is more like going to be more like a doubly shaped pattern. Well, that is exactly what I'm saying. So it simply means that the rise of the dollar is truly brewing, okay? And we might most likely see a stronger dollar in the coming days. All right. So this is how it looks like on the daily time frame. All right. So let me just point out a few things. Remember, if you follow my weekly market and outlook, I always made mention of the dollar index, all right, and how it's going to affect the market. So we saw the dollar again range all through last week. Can we still say that its rise is brewing? Yes, of course, and I'm going to prove that to you. Right, the W shape pattern seen in this daily time frame is still valid. Let's expect some more ranging this week before the breakout. Right, so we'll still expect a little more ranging perhaps this week, and then most likely the FOMC or the interest rate hike or the NFP. I'm pretty sure one of them is going to make the dollar break above. Okay. So why I'm looking at the dollar breaking above is because look at this significant low that was made on this other side. Okay, it's somewhere around 100.822. All right, and the dollar all through last week failed to clear out this low. Right, supposing it clears out this low, we will be expecting that okay, a bearish movement might continue, right? But it failed to clear out this low, and of course, we can see some form of bullish momentum in the market, although still within the ranging zone. But then, all right, let's see how the dollar clears out this zone and continues to go trade above. Okay, that's what we'll be expecting for this week, a stronger dollar, right? So if you're new to this YouTube channel, I'd like you to do me one favor, all right? Just look up, you see the subscribe icon, click on the subscribe icon, subscribe to this YouTube channel so you be the first to get important and significant updates just like this one. And also when we put out informative and educative content, you'll be the first to be notified. But for you to be notified after subscribing, do me one more favor, right? Toggle on that notification bell, put it at all so that even when we drop analysis, just like the ones we've been dropping that have been giving us amazing profit. Last week we dropped two analysis. The week before we dropped two analysis on our YouTube channel. It's massive. But you know what? If you've done that, there are even more analysis and trade setups and even signals that are dropped on our Telegram channel. So why don't you over back to our Telegram channel after watching this video so that you can subscribe to our Telegram channel? We are known as EQ Markets Global on all of our social media handles, but specifically the Telegram channel, the YouTube, on LinkedIn as well, and everywhere you can find us. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn. We are known as EQ Markets Global. um, let's quickly delve into some of the favorite currency pairs and what we expect them to do for this week. Right. So I'm starting out with Euro USD. So I see an amazing sell opportunity on Euro USD. Okay. Now trust me, Euro USD is going on a buy. All right. But this is what I am feeling. Euro USD is going on a buy. Let's look at it on the monthly time frame, then you better understand, right? So after obeying this trend line up to this level, right, we see a bullish momentum, which is still very present on the monthly time frame, all right? So the bullish momentum is still widely in play on the monthly time frame, but we've seen a prices drive into a significant level on the weekly time frame, yeah. So this particular level seemed to be a significant level on the weekly time frame, all right? And it has been driving for quite some time. So yes. If we look at it on the daily time frame, we will better appreciate that, right? So sometime around this level, all right, there was some form of consolidation, which of course this level acted as support and also as resistance. Now that was sometime in 2019 all through to 2020, right? But then if we come back, we still see that level being respected sometime in March 2022, and then finally this same level around February 2023, right? So this level was respected again, right? Are we going to see a breakout or are we going to see a sell-off? So for me, for me personally, I am looking at first a sell before we have finally a bullish ride, seeing it all through. Okay, sorry about that. Let me show you guys. So we first see a sell-off, and of course from this level we're going to see a breakout. Okay, so if we look at it on the daily time frame, apparently it's going to make a little more sense, right? We see a sell-off at least back into this zone here, see a sell-off at least back into somewhere around this level, right? And of course, from this level here, we are going to see that massive buy that we've been expecting. So sell off to this zone and buy above, all right? So, but then I like to look at a coin from every possible side of it. There is another way we can look at this, because on the weekly time frame, we still have the bullish momentum widely in play, right? But on the daily time frame, we've got confirmation for a sell. So this is what I would advise, right? Remember, this zone is a consolidation zone, right? So I would advise that you mark out the consolidation zone. The lowest of it is 1.09607. If Euro USD breaks out from this zone, then definitely it's going to test the lows around 1.07805. But if it doesn't break out from this consolidation area at 1.09607, then of course this area is going to act as support and prices will bounce above this resistance area. Okay, so if prices break above this resistance area, we will be expecting a retest on this and buy continues, right? So this, in either cases, we are expecting what? A buy in either cases. But this sell-off that I told you is going to be a short-term sell-off. Okay, don't be deceived, guys. Let's look at it on the weekly, on the 4-hourly time frame. All right, this sell-off is going to be a short-term sell-off. But if it breaks this zone, short-term sell-off, and then break above this zone, continue to go bullish. Or better still, it's going to consolidate around this zone and break above, retest, and continue to go up. So that's what I'm expecting on Euro USD. I've got no proper confirmation, so you just keep it tentative. All right. And then, of course, we see also a kind of like sell-off brewing on the GBP USD. Remember, this trend line where it is currently trading is a significant level, right? First touch, second touch, and third touch. And of course, we see that significantly currently trading around that level, right? So yes. Will this trend line be respected? We are yet to see, right? So for me personally, I'll be waiting for when I get confirmation on the daily time frame, all right, to know if this sell off is really legit. But on GBP USD, I'm actually looking at taking a sell off, all right? I'm actually looking at taking a sell and expecting prices to come into the lows around 1.24527, right? From where currently market is, that's about an 80 pip movement. And even well below that level, of course, we can most likely see prices come into the lows around 1.23513 before it bounces off. Look at how this counter trend line had been respected over time. So let's most likely see a sell-off that breaks this other original trend line on the daily time frame. So short-term sell, and of course we are going to see a buy continuation. Let's quickly look at USD JPY. For USD JPY, remember we're expecting a stronger dollar, so I'm still expecting the stronger dollar to continue to push prices at least above this level to into 137.739, 137.739. All right, a little above that level, we might see it coming to 138.983 before we're going to be expecting some good reversals. On the monthly time frame, right? On the monthly time frame, what we can see on USD JPY is a selling pressure. Okay, so this is just a significant zone that has to be respected before the sell comes off. Okay, so we're going to be expecting the stronger dollar push prices into these levels that I have just mentioned, right? Around 137.739 and to 139.119. And from that level, we can see some form of reversals. But of course, if it breaks above that level, then trust me, it's coming back into 151.388, right? 151.388. So let's look out for what happens and grab the opportunities on USD/JPY. Okay, on NZD USD, we've got confirmation for a buy, but I don't, okay, for now, the dollar is still ranging. So I would still advise that we go perhaps on buy for NZD USD, right? But let's look at it on the overall picture and let's see what is really brewing on NZD USD on the weekly time frame. So if you look at it on the weekly time frame, you'll notice that we have this fine trend line that had been drawn and respected on countless occasions, right? So it simply means it's an overall sell for us. And then this is a counter trend line where we can see things trying to go back up. If you notice carefully on Euro USD as well, this is what we were experiencing. On GBP USD as well, this is what we were experiencing, right? A major trend line and then a counter trend line which saw it back to the major trend line, right? So on NZD USD, the case might not be too different, right? We can still see this counter trend line being respected and prices will gradually move into this main trend line at around that level. So in the coming weeks, perhaps I'll be expecting NZD USD, a bullish move on NZD USD to see through to 0.63876. And above that level, of course, we can be looking at somewhere around this level here, which is 0.65667. All right, that's for NZD USD. The same applies for AUD USD. We can see how this has acted nicely. But then, of course, this is another support area, right? So I'm expecting some form of a little consolidation around that support area, all right? And then, boom, we go all the way up, right? But of course, we've got confirmations even on the daily time frame for a bullish movement. So let's see how this area is reacting to, all right? And then, of course, if we see a retrace back into this zone and the confirmation around that zone, then we go on a bullish ride for AUD USD, okay? For gold, significantly, like I tell people gold is going up, but a lot of times people will be like, the sell is here. The sell is not here yet for me, all right? For me personally, and from my view and technical analysis, the sell is not here yet for gold, okay? So let's leave all the minor sell-offs that we can find on gold, okay? So let me quickly show you something on gold that you need to understand, right? So gold needs to come back to retest this zone. All right, it needs to come back to retest this zone. Okay, and what is this zone? That's 2073.58. Around that level, 2072 to 2073. That's the level gold is targeting. But what's the highest level it has gotten to in recent times? Okay, that's just 2048. So we still have a whole lot of movement to the upside. So I'm not really moved by all the minor moves on gold that we can find. So let me scale down to the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, I still find this trend line channel gold has been respecting. Okay, so we see this move back, this and that. Yes, it's possible that gold can still have a significant sell-off back to this trend line here. All right, and then from that trend line, we hit our target. All right, so that's one possibility. All right, but then for that possibility to occur, we need to understand that gold needs to clear out these lows. You see these lows that have been respected severally in the last 2 weeks. This low has to be cleared out. All right, and of course the sellers is looking like the sellers are gradually losing strength. All right, of this market, even on the daily time frame. We can find that and see that clearly on the 4-hourly time frame. So prices came into this significant level again, and of course, we got confirmation for a buy, right? So will this buy hold or will it rally back up again to this significant high around this level? And then from this level, we see it fall back into this level again and back up, right? For me personally, I feel even in these coming weeks, gold is going to consolidate, except it's going to be seriously affected by NFP for Friday, right? But I'm pretty sure that even if it's going to sell off, the sell-off is not going to be much, sells off to this level, and of course, it bounces off back into 2073, 2072, where it's going. All right, let me quickly add more pro bono. All right, so on US30, we still see bullish control and bullish dominance, but we are expecting that this particular trend line here should be respected or would be respected. So let's go back to the daily time frame. Of course, the bulls are still dominating the market. We are yet to see a bearish confirmation so that we can take a sell on US30. It's actually trading on a significant level, right? A potential trading area. If you watch clearly on the far early time frame, this is a potential trading area. After testing the second time, this is the third time it is coming even in recent times to test this area. So if we get a sell confirmation, all right, maybe using whatever price action patterns or your momentum indicator, then of course we can take on a sell on US30. Then CHF JPY, something significant really happened, right? We're looking at a sell on CHF JPY, but apparently this guy, after testing here in 2014 and then coming back again to test it in 2022, all right, in 2023, it finally broke that level. So it simply means that it was tired of retesting that zone. What is most likely going to happen is the buy would continue on CHF JPY. All right, so we're expecting more buy on CHF JPY. So what does that mean? That simply means that we will see a buy, come back to retest on this zone before it continues to buy. So I will be waiting for that retest back on this zone around 151.385 for me to get for me to take on the buy. That's for CHF JPY. On GBP USD as well, it's currently trading around a key level, right? If you watch this closely, it's trading in a channel. If you look at it on the monthly time frame, right? So here first, and then here come back to retest that same trend line and come back again to retest the same trend line. And then of course, it didn't really get to the upper band, and then it broke below, come back to retest the same trend line again. So this is first, two, and the third time it is touching. So the third time it is touching, which is a confirmation of that trend line, we hope that it gets to see it to this upper band. But before then, prices is currently trading on a potential trading area, right? Which is the level around 1.91641 and 1.88357. Around this level, I'll be looking out for a sell opportunity, but a minor sell opportunity, right? And then if it sells off, at least I'll be expecting that prices will drop to this level here, right? 1.80913. And well, on that level, I'll find a support that is going to clear out this particular counter trend line that we can find on, look at it, just look at it. Okay, just look at it, look at it. Right? So this is it. So even on the monthly time frame, we can see it clearly. 1, 2, and then again it touches here. We're going to have a little sell-off, and then it's going to clear out this eye and continue to go bullish. So that's exactly what I will be expecting that is going to be happening on GBP AUD. So until I get a sell confirmation, then we'll take on that trade for a sell. GBP JPY also holds some amazing trade setups and opportunities, right? So let's look at it on the weekly time frame so you understand where currently price is and what currently price is doing. All right. So significantly, yes, we had this breakout and then the retest and prices bounced off, right? So this is the level we're looking at, okay? This is the key level that we're looking at on the monthly time frame, which is somewhere around 1.193.634. But of course, before prices will get to that level, we're going to be experiencing some form of up and down movement, right? So apparently prices tends to be trading at around a potential trading area, which is this level, right? So if we look at it on the daily time frame, we expect what a rejection on this zone, which already we're seeing with today's candle, right? So if this rejection holds, then we would see prices fall back at least to the lows around prices will fall back to the lows around 165.551, and well above that level we will see prices rebound and continue to go up, right? So first, if you want to trade this little retracement find the confirmation on this 4-hourly time frame and take on the trade. So for me, I wouldn't jump enter for a sell, right? I would wait for the next 4-hourly candle and still see if my commodity channel index is still trading below the positive 100 before I will jump into this market for a sell. So wait for that confirmation as well, and then take on this for a sell. But know that the sell is going to be short-lived and prices will continue to go bullish as well. Okay, so AUD-CHF as well. For AUD-CHF as well, if you look at it on the monthly time frame, all right, the inverted head and shoulder is still widely in play. The left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder, right? So if you look at it as well, this is the main trend line, but I feel this is the final bounce off on this main trend line, and prices will continue to go bullish. If you look at it on the weekly time frame, we spotted last week an amazing trend line that was also respected. So this was a break into the trend line and a retest. And then the second again, so let me zoom in so you can see a break into this trend line, a retest again, a test on this zone, bounce off, right? And then here, of course, we have the bullish engulfing pattern, and then continues to go bullish. And then again, we see prices coming to retest on this zone. And then significantly, we still find that zone as a support area as prices broke through this zone, and we had a sharp retest on that zone as well, right? That was the head that was rejected, right? We saw prices broke above it, and then we tested on this zone. So we also mapped out that zone. So this area is enough confluence for us to see AUD-CHF thrive in the coming weeks. All right. So if you look at it on the daily time frame, we're yet to, I think, have confirmation for a buy on the daily time frame, right? But then things have started cooking up on AUD-CHF even on the daily time frame. You see how prices are reacting to that zone. Once we get confirmation, we will then most likely see AUD-CHF come to the highs around 0.5996, right? And of course, well above that level, we're targeting around 0.61914. All right, so I think that will be all we will be taking for today. I hope this makes sense, and I hope this helps you trade rightly and make the right decisions for this week. If this video was helpful, please leave a thumbs up for me. That is going to actually motivate and encourage me, and then more so, drop your comments, drop your questions on this video. I'll be glad to answer them. All of them. Yeah, just drop them for me. Then the last thing you're going to do for me is please share this video to your friends. Tell them the much value that is in this video and how it's going to help them make better trading decisions this week. All right. Until next week again, we come our way. Thank you so much and bye for now.